Things metal. Hopefully, you guys are doing very well out there. I'm having an interesting time because I've been trying to think of some other unique and unusual topics for songs that maybe you or somebody else would enjoy. And actually, to tell you the truth, I thought it just popped into my head that somebody I know that was talking about anime, and I thought, hmm, interesting. I mean, I kind of got a list of different ideas, this, that, and the other. I thought that would be kind of an interesting topic to find, just to check out as far as songs, what would maybe be related to anime um, videos or movies, I should say. So it'd be interesting to see what kind of actual songs maybe slightly related. Who knows? Number 20 on the list is Deathlock. Mermaider, I think is how you say it. It's a ridiculous fitting track with a hyper violent and over the top animation like Berserker. That's kind of interesting. I've never heard that one, but I've heard of a lot of different animes. But I mean, I'm not a huge fan, but I've watched a few. Number 19 is Bring Me the Horizon. Um, Shadows Moses is the name of the song. It's a melodic yet crushing image of the opening of a for a dark military anime. That sounds kind of crazy. I've never had that heard that one before, so it'll be kind of interesting. Number 18 is Veil of Amaya, which we all definitely like. I got to see them live in Denver a while ago, and they had Brand of Sacrifice with them there at the concert. It was really freaking awesome. It was just phenomenal. That's how I found out about them because I didn't know them before that. So, unlike some people, I'm sure some people have known them for a very long time. But for me, they're new. Somebody else may not be so new. Who knows? Um, let me see here. Masuka. I think that's how you pronounce it. Inspired from Attack on Titans. This metalcore anthem would fit a giant slaying anime perfectly. Interesting. It's Makasa. So you know how to spell it, just in case I pronounced it, butchered it, whatever you want to call it. Because some of them are a lot easier to pronounce than others. Like Square Hammer is my next one from Ghost, which actually I have listened to that song and I definitely have liked it. I'm not a huge Ghost fan like some people probably, but I do know that there's quite a few songs that are really good. Like um, I forgot what the name of the song is. Hidden Sunshine or something about Sunshine. That's all I remember. But it's a good song. Um, the description for that was theatrical and eerie. This could be opening a supernatural mystery anime. Hello, how's it going? Pigs fly? Why don't I? Okay. I like the description. It kind of reminds me of another description that I'm not going to mention on the channel, but somebody kind of trolled somebody big time by changing their profile name to something else. Yeah, and got a CNN newscaster saying it, which is kind of interesting, I thought. Number 16 is Behemoth. Below Your Trumpets, Gabrielle, I guess is how you say it. Yeah, Gabrielle. A doom apocalyptic song that would be epic for a war torn fantasy anime. Kind of interesting. It's definitely different. Oh, hold on one second here. I'm gonna scroll where my list is so I don't lose track of where I'm at. Thanks. You liked, right? Number 15 is Ginger Pieces. Switch from soft vocals to brutal growls, which I love. I always like songs like that. It's like an anime character's transformation in song form. That makes sense. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Well, hopefully you have a good night and everything else, and see you later. I know I'm on a little later than was planning on being on here, but it is what it is, I guess. You have a good night. Take care, and see you later. Number 14 is Oh, oh, sorry. Something popped up. Something about Xbox and so on. Okay. Which is, I guess, what they integrated in Windows 11. Um, they're in gray, obscure, disturbing, avant-garde metal that could be opening for a horror anime. Number 13 is Gojira's Silveria, I think is how you pronounce it. The heavy groove Latin cinema image that is in a dark sci-fi anime. Interesting. Okay. Number 12 on this one, I think I've heard it before. It's the Lamb of God's Redneck. It's a raw, aggressive track that fits a brutal tournament style fighting anime. Interesting. You never know. I'm pretty sure I've heard Redneck before from Lamb of God, but I'm not sure because I've heard a lot of different songs of theirs, and I don't know all the titles of the songs. I've usually listened to them without looking at my phone, when it's playing. Number 11 is Parkway Drive, The Void, a high energy anthem that would fit a most apocalyptic or survival anime. So that'd be kind of interesting and different. I'm not sure which one would be survival or post apocalyptic. Like I said, I don't watch animes that much. Let's see here. Number 10 is Bullet for My Valentine is Your Betrayal. A song building up tensions, perfect for a revenge driven story. An anime story, sorry. Let's see here. We got number 9 is. Get down here at the bottom here. Number 9 is Powerwolf. The demons are a girlfriend's best friend. Hmm. I've never heard that one before. And I've heard of some Powerwolf. I think I've heard of Powerwolf. I'm not sure if I heard much of their music myself personally, but all you out there might have heard them, been around for a while. Did I see SmackDown? No. Did you see SmackDown? You're talking about like the WWF or WWE, WF. You know what I mean? SmackDown. Yeah, no, I haven't. Was it good? I guess I'm not going to answer right now. Let's see, where was that? Sorry about that. Powerwolf. Gothic power metal that could easily fit a dark vampire or demon slaying anime. That's kind of cool. Crossfaith is Monolith. The metalcore and electronic elements that screams a high tech cyberpunk anime. Interesting. Architects, animals, mixed melody and heaviness that fits a dystopia sci-fi anime. Just I've watched lots of wrestling, but not like all the time. He, I'm not an avid watcher of anime. I'm not anime and or wrestling. I guess I've watched some. I know who the people of wrestling are. They're pretty really cool, especially the old school wrestlers. I think like the Ultimate Warrior, definitely. I was gonna say, is he even around? Because I haven't watched it in a while. So he probably isn't, more than likely. Let's see here. Where was that? Architects. Number 7 is Animals, a song, a mix of melody and heaviness that fits. Oh, I already did see this one. Anyway, this will be a sci-fi anime. And number 6 is Avenged Sevenfold, Hail to the King, a majestic, powerful, and perfect for a medieval fantasy and war anime, or war anime. Sorry. Number 5 is Trivium in the Waves. It's a dramatic build-up of crushing choruses that would fit an intense anime battle. Interesting. You never know. Trivium. I've had some Trivium songs before I liked. I've heard. I mean, sorry, I'm not sure if I've heard that one or not. I probably have. Number 4 is a maximize The Hormone. Okay, that's the band. Don't ask me why. What's up, people? That's the name of the song. It's interesting. Now, this is one I've never heard of, and it might be interesting to find out about. See what they're all about. But apparently, this is literally used in. Oh, it is used in Death Note. So if you've watched Death Note, I'm assuming it's in Netflix version, maybe, not the original, but I could be wrong. This chaotic mix of metalcore and punk in an anime energy on steroids. So, if you watch Death Note, you probably heard "What's Up, People," the song. So, yeah, I don't know, and I definitely know that actual anime because my son's watching, and I watched it too. I've already actually watched it long before he did. Number before he was born, I think. I think it was around then. I don't remember. I'm sure it has been. Anyway, number three, Slipknot, "The Devil in I," which I definitely like and enjoy because I have the devil in I. No, not really. Dark, heavy, and mel. You know what I'm. Well, that's not the same word. Melangical. You know what I mean. Anyway, this fits a psychological and supernatural anime perfectly. Hmm. Interesting. Yeah, probably. If it's like a spooky or a ghost style sound, maybe that might be one of those things. Who knows? Number two is Dragon Force, the Fury of the Storm. Hmm. Dragon Force has been around. Yeah, I've heard some of their stuff. Because I have them earlier on the list as well. Over the top speed, wild solos, and epic vocals, perfect for an action packed mecha anime. Interesting. Yeah, that could work. And we also got number one on the list is Baby Metal Road of Resistance. Fast paced, high energy power mix, metal mixed with J pop. Sorry. Sounds straight out of a Shrony anime intro. Shoni? I think that's how you say it. I don't know the different styles of anime, so I kind of know some, but not a lot. Kind of like the Queen's Blade. It's really cool. I like that one myself. It's kind of more of adult oriented, yeah, more sexually overtures, but it's really cool if you like that kind of thing. And there's a couple other ones. There's the Claymore, I think, and some other ones. I'm trying to remember, and Akira. That one's really good. That was one of my first ones I've ever watched. Because a friend of mine from Japan, that was an exchange student in Kentucky when I was going to school, um, actually became pretty good friends. And unfortunately, I lost his. I think it was his number or address. I think, and I don't know how to get a hold of him, and it really upsets me. I should look at my yearbook if I can find it and see if I can find him because, yeah, he's the one that kind of introduced me to Akira and some of the other stuff. And he even gave me an Akira comic book. He let me have it. It's like, oh wow, that's cool. I still have it probably somewhere. I just don't know where it's at because I have so much stuff. Well, you know how things get lost and you put them away, store them to keep them safe. Kind of like my original Star Trek figures I bought at Target when I was working there years ago, and when the next generation came out. And I'm trying to think. Hey, what's up? Oh, oh, wrong. Okay, that was the other message I already replied to. I thought it was a new message. Um, yeah, but I wish I could get a hold of him. I wish I could actually see him again. That'd be kind of cool. It's been so long. I don't even remember what he looks like. That's how long it's been. And that was when I was in high school. But yeah, he was pretty awesome, um, especially in a small town in Nicholsville, Kentucky. That actually it was Jessamine County High School, but I guess they've switched it to West and East now because the high school got torn up by a tornado after that year. So that was the last year that that high school was even around. Was the year that I graduated, which was rather interesting. And I kind of miss him and some of the people that I used to know. like Adam J. Cox. If he's ever watches the channel, let me know. Not saying that he probably will. I don't even know if he liked metal, to be honest, but he was definitely a great artist. And then there's I can't remember his name. There was a guy that actually was really good to me. He was really awesome because he knew I didn't like to fight too much, and he said if anybody messes with you, let me know. I'll take care of it. I said, "Wow, okay, thanks." It's like, so that was kind of cool. I like that. Yeah, I'm more of a a caring kind of person, and don't try to get into fights too much because yeah, it just doesn't solve much of anything. But sometimes it's important. Um, Kind of like at the concerts. And that reminds me. Speaking of which, somebody made this comment to me, or made the general comment, and they were talking about Cannibal Corpse and how this one person didn't know diddly squat about him, which he probably doesn't. I know I don't know everything there is to know, and people that you know do recordings of the shows and things like that. But for me, I want to remember some of it because um, I'd like to, look back at, especially when I'm older now. But eventually, I could pass those on to my son. Hopefully, share them with him and stuff. The places that we've been, so he can remember that because I think it's important. I'm not. I wasn't recording like everything, but yeah, the ones I really enjoyed and I love hearing. So now I have those memories, which I don't watch them that often. So it's not. I'm not sure why I'm recording them anyway. Just enjoy the show, right? Um, but yeah, it's kind of cool, especially the one trip that I made. I did spend a lot of money at the one concert. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna record some songs. I don't give a crap what anybody thinks. I don't care who they are. Yeah, that's just how I feel. But it's important, I think, just to remember stuff and things and people too that you talk to. Like the one guy that was behind me at the obituary concert was talking about. He had his apparently no, is it? Yeah, he was talking about Lamb of God, and he had Randy actually propose to his wife for him, which is kind of interesting. I don't know why he'd want somebody else to propose to his wife for him, you know, on his behalf, I guess is what it boils down to. But it was kind of cool because he did some stuff with the guitars and stuff like that. It was more like I think it wasn't so much proposal as it was just, I think he wants to get married to you, yada yada. What's your answer, kind of thing. And then he probably asked her officially after that, I would assume. But yeah, it was kind of cool. And he was standing behind me at the concert, and he was really awesome, very great guy. And I think that's the comment I remember hearing that a lot of people were kind of this, that, and the other, and things weren't the same way as they used to be. But I don't know. And he used to stand out in the rain, getting his tickets. Well, things were changed for that part, which actually it's kind of nice because you don't have to worry about being out in the rain, but you still have to wait in line to, especially if it's a general admission, you have to be out there fairly early to get a halfway decent, to be up there in the front, at least at the very beginning. But usually most people don't even show up to the opening acts. They usually do go the later part of the show, partially because the time frame. Because if everybody gets off around 5 and the show starts, the doors open at 6, show starts at 7. Some people definitely want to eat before that. So if you're not off that day in the morning, like when you work, you're not going to be able to do that. So, or you're not going to have much time to do that. So you'll probably be there like probably 8 o'clock, maybe at the most. So who knows? Yeah. So anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you guys because it's interesting. Some of the things that I thought was, yeah, I understand what he's going through with that. I mean, what things aren't the way they used to be, and they probably aren't. Because I mean, I've been to concerts long before now. I just didn't see as many different bands that I've been trying to see. And actually, to tell you the truth, I think now with the apps that I have now, I know more what's actually coming out and which bands are playing. So I'm actually more able to watch more or a variety of different bands that I actually enjoy, and even ones that I may not know yet, but I find out about from other concerts. It's kind of like streaming. When I was talking to September I think her name's Emily, from September Morning. That's the lead singer. I think that's her name. I'm pretty sure that's her name. But anyway, the point is I'm trying to make is he was talking about how the music industry, when they're streaming the songs, that they're not making a whole lot of music off of it, or I mean money off of it. It takes thousands and thousands of actual plays in order to make some sort of actual money at it. And I go, and she goes, well, sometimes it's not what it's cracked up to be. So she's doing like NFTs and all this other stuff to kind of supplement her income that she's a part of, which is kind of cool. And she also lets people come backstage if they have an NFT, which is kind of cool. So she actually gets to talk to them. So that saves me a little bit of money, which is kind of nice. But I always try to buy some merchandise from her because it's one of those things that people think rock stars make a lot of money, and they don't always. I mean, if you think about it, when they're in their actual tours, they're making money that supposed should last them until the next tour. So they don't get a weekly paycheck. They probably get this huge amount of money, right? And then eventually it kind of dwindles down. So it's like having like a kind of like the military. They do their paychecks every certain amount of time, like every couple of weeks or at the end of the month or beginning of the month. And that's supposed to last them the whole entire week. So think about that like once a year. Yeah, that's not gonna say you might make $50,000 for a concert or more, probably more than that, but that's got to last you the entire time. And then you got to go back on tour to do another and write another album, have new merchandise, which costs money too. So you think about it, it is a business, and they're in the business to make money for their music, but they enjoy what they do. So you gotta put it that way. So when you're out there and you go to concerts, even though I know the prices of shirts have gone up and a lot of other things, then it's kind of ridiculous. But inflation, that's the other comment somebody made about the price of merchandise. It helps support the band. I mean, you can always maybe ask if they have a donation page. Who knows? And you don't have to spend as much. Just give them $10 and no merchandise. But it's not that great. Gotta have some. You gotta have something to remember the concert with. But the only thing is, I've got so many shirts now. It's like I don't know what to do with, and I've already had a lot of t-shirts before. I probably got enough to probably last me over a year, maybe. I probably got over 300 shirts. I don't know about that, but I got quite a few shirts. Well, I'll say that, because I like the Joker and Star Wars and all kinds of other stuff. And my son got me a frog shirt years ago, and who knows? But anyway, yeah, I'm rambling. Sorry about that. This is my non-list talk. Anyway, so and there's not many big people making comments, but I have a lot of people watching, which is cool. I got 13 people watching right now, so I appreciate you guys. And before I say anything else, I'm gonna say don't forget to headbang, like, and subscribe. And I do appreciate you guys supporting the channel. And like I said, without you guys, the voice of metal slash voice of metal means the voices of metal, people in the metal industry, people that watch the shows, people that enjoy the music itself, people that do lighting, the security, to the businesses that have the venues that support the actual music itself, because it is a endeavor for them to put on those shows and costs, and they make money, of course. It's because it's a business, just like any other business. But yeah, it's just one of those things you gotta, with all those people involved, and like the road crews for like Metallica. I even got to meet them in Arlington. I think it was a little area outside Arlington, on a bowling alley, which is kind of cool. So we got to talk to a few of them, and got they have jobs there with them, so they're employed by them to do like the road shows and stuff. And actually, the one of the guys that went up stage to fix one of the guitars, they swapped out the guitars. He was there, which I didn't know until after. Well, because it was kind of in between the two shows, so it was kind of cool. We got to see the show. We got to see the roadies or the guys that do the show, the lighting, the guitars, the sound guys. You know, that's one thing. If a band is smaller, they really need to make sure they have their sound guy, because I really believe that makes a huge impact. Having somebody that's a professional that knows what they're doing, that can get the sounds looking sounding good, because without that, you definitely won't have a really good show. I mean, you can do it yourself, but it might take a little while longer, and you can have somebody kind of tweak it as you're going, at the very beginning, so that way it sounds good. So that's just a recommendation for the not quite so big bands out there. After hearing Sepultura doing their sound checks and things like that, it makes a huge difference, because there was a one band that sounded good, but Sepultura sounded even better in the same place, and it was because of sound checks, and they had their extra speakers, so that made a huge difference. I mean, the speakers there were definitely not as good, and I think the my one friend of mine that was talking about the echo, the ringing in your ears, it's because of the speakers, not so much the actual loudness of the songs or the music itself. It's because the speakers are poor, and if the speakers are poor, you're going to get a lot more ringing, which makes sense. And yeah, and that's the one thing about it that is a huge deal. So anyway, I'll shut up now. Hopefully you guys are going to do well and maybe enjoy one of your favorite bands here so shortly. Hopefully, there seems like a lot of bands out there that are coming up. I'm thinking about seeing Carcass and maybe Machine Head. We'll see. And some of the bands are playing with them, like Meshuggah, and Ginger, and forgot Inhuman, I think was the other one, which would be kind of cool to see. I've never seen them before, and well, I haven't seen any of those bands actually, to be honest. So it'd be awesome. It'd be first time for me, because they've probably been around for a while. But anyway, I will let you guys go, and thanks again. Don't forget to headbang, like, and subscribe. And I appreciate each and every one of the guys that have been there for me. The 271 people. Let's see if we can go up higher than that to 500. My birthday's coming up, so I'd love to have 500 people invested in the channel, subscribed. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe, so why not, right? And you might find some new songs or bands that you've never heard before. And eventually, we will hopefully have a guest on here, which I'm planning. I'm hoping. God, I'm so psyched about that. I can't wait to be able to do that for all you guys and for myself too, because I love talking to the people in the bands. So much fun. So take care, have a good night, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.